we're streaming.
All right. Hello, and welcome to Dungeons and Magi, where we open our handbooks, open our minds, and more importantly, we roll the damn dice. As always, I am your Dungeon Master, Caleb, or you may call me the Viking DM. Today, we are going to talk about two important historic events. We are the first is September 11th, 2001. On that day, the most tragic attack on US soil took place and claimed the lives of 2,977 people. Of course, today is 9/11, 2022, 21 years later. 21 years ago was the attack that, for me personally, set my path, and I'm sure the path of a few others, to join the world's greatest military. We had, I know personally, my dad Aaron was a first responder. He was a cop during that time and was called into emergency duty that day. And I believe everybody here remembers where they were that day.
I got pulled out of
what they were doing.
I was in 5th grade.
I was in 4th.
I watched the towers fall.
Ben was in college. But
no, Ben was in 8th grade.
Yes, I was in 8th grade.
I was in computer class.
I remember getting pulled from school, and I remember being told my mom rushed in there. My dad had just worked the night before. He was sleeping because he worked nights, and my mom rushed into the room and told him to wake up and watch the TV, and he was like, what is going on? And he watched it, made a phone call, put his uniform on, and left. And that was... We lived in a small town, but our small town had a factory in it that had a bunch of chemicals that basically could, if it was attacked, would create a nuclear bomb. So they were scared that our town was going to be the next one to be attacked, especially because this is what our small town is known for in Florida, is the hijackers that took over the planes for 9/11 were trained in my small town. There was a flight school in my small town, and they were trained there. So, but, again, 2,977 people died on that day. Many more still are suffering with diseases and stuff, especially the first responders that responded that day. We want to thank all of the first responders, fire, EMS, police, even the construction workers, everybody that was there, all those that lost lives. So I would like to take a moment of silence to remember all those lost on that tragic day. The second event is a little more recent. We have a number of viewers in the UK, and we want to talk about the death of the Queen. Our condolences go out to everyone that is feeling the loss of their leader. No matter what anyone's feelings are about Queen Elizabeth II, she sat on her throne for 70 years, the longest running ruler England has ever seen.
And the second in the world.
Yes. And so again, for our viewers there, our thoughts and prayers are with England as we take this moment of silence. So, now that the heavy stuff is done, let's get into some announcements, and then let's get to some fun. We are live on Twitch and YouTube every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Once again, we are now a Twitch affiliate. We want to thank all of you for helping us get this far. You can sub to our channel with 3 tiers, and you can even use your Amazon Prime subscription to sub to us for free every month. We want to thank you again for getting us this far. We cannot wait to see where this journey takes us next. We have a member of our team, Ethan, whose family member is suffering from an illness. They have set up a GoFundMe to help with the cost of altering living conditions. You can find the link at the bottom of the screen. I believe Ethan spoke to this family member, and the entire family is ecstatic that we are putting this link out there and trying to help them. They are forever grateful. If we can get to our goal of $5,000, we will do a custom portrait giveaway of a character of your choice, drawn by Elliot in their style. Anything over $5,000, this will disappear. I will shave it off. So please help us. Again, the link is at the bottom of the stream. Check it out. If you want, send us screenshots when you donate money. No matter what it is, even $1 going towards this will help them alter these living conditions. As unfortunately, the way it looks is this condition is not going to get any better. Check out our website, www.dungeonsmagi.com. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all Dungeons and Magi. We do our one-shot the last Sunday of the month. We have... that is our Wild West one-shot. Written by Ethan, designed by myself, where Ethan is the DM. We go back to North Dakota in the late 1800s, do a little Wild West action. So check that out the last Sunday of each month. We have our new series, which just aired this last Wednesday, Behind the Curtain, where we all sit down. It's kind of free form. We sit down, we shoot the shit, we drink, we eat, we talk about everything that's happened to the campaign. And it's just a fun, good time. We had some interesting icebreaker questions that I won't bring up so Ben doesn't die.
Wait, now I want to know.
No, you don't.
Go watch the stream.
I'm gonna have to.
No.
Go watch the replay. Anyways,
I'm gonna have to.
No.
all right, our sponsors. Our first permanent sponsor, as always, is Dungeon Crate. Dungeon Crate is a subscription box full of epic products including dice, miniatures, tabletop terrain, and original adventures you can't find anywhere else, all delivered to your castle doors each month. This month, we all got these Mimic dice, which are amazing. Mine look a little different than Pam's do. We are so excited to be working with them, and if you put in the code DungeonsMagi22 at checkout, you will receive 15% off of a new subscription. Also, all Crate members may use their monthly code to receive 10% off in the online RPG store. You can visit them at dungeoncrate.com or find them on our sponsor page of our website. Another permanent sponsor is our very own Raven's Nest dice. We were all provided with these custom character themed dice. and dice boxes and dice towers. These are my Maresh Barbarian dice that are the first ever liquid core to come out of the Raven's Nest. You can get your own dice today on Etsy. You can find them on Etsy. You can also join our 9/11 dice giveaway. For 9/11, it is running for another week. If you do that, please comment the phrase "We Remember." You will be entered in to win one set of 9/11 inspired dice and the reveal, finally, of the Van Valor dice.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Beautiful custom Van Valor dice for our friend Triple Dub, who has won a set of custom dice and requested Van dice that we did not have a design for yet. Those dice are on their way to you, so be on the lookout for them. And yeah, so again, if you want to enter to win the custom 9/11 dice, comment the phrase "We Remember." You'll be entered to win. Another permanent sponsor is Luna Solis Stellae. I can pronounce it right. That's why I'm doing it and not Ethan.
I do it.
They are a fantasy-inspired Etsy shop that focuses around the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Check out their best-selling item, the D&D Mystery Loot Pack, which inspires an adventure through random dice, figurines, cards, and more. Written from the perspective of their homebrew Fey Pocket Realm, each package comes with a letter from the Archfey Lavandula Lazuli, with a quest or information corresponding to your package. Some personalization can be done through themes, or they can be made out to your D&D character. If you use the code DNMAGI, you'll get 10% off of any items in the shop. Check them out on Etsy or on our site on our sponsor page. Another one, Big Nerd Coffee Roastery. Oh, hold on. Pam's going to get the coffee.
Drink coffee.
I am drinking this right now.
Same here.
Pam has their red velvets, and when I tell you, it tastes like a red velvet cake to a T. Like, you don't need creamer, you don't need flavoring, nothing. You can drink it black, even for if you do not drink coffee black. They are a small batch coffee roaster in upstate New York, not too far from where Ben and Pam are. Their focus is to bring you delicious, fresh roasted coffee and kick-ass nerdy content. 5% of all their quarterly profits are donated to Child's Play charity. And lastly, Wandering Whispers. We revealed the products last week. Wandering Whispers created this Belvish gelatinous ooze that glows in the dark as well. And they also sent us this awesome healing potion that has the dice inside. They are great. They are a dear friend. And they have given us a discount code for each of you guys. If you use the code MAGI15, MAGI 15 at checkout, you get 15% off of your order. Check them out. They do amazing potions. So we want to thank them for doing that. With that, I want to say that we have some of our own stuff coming out soon. We are here within the next couple weeks, hopefully. We're going to be rolling out some Dungeons and Magi and some Misery's End merch. We are coming up with designs for each of your favorite characters.
Yes.
T-shirts, everything. And they are coming exclusively from the hag herself, from Deals and Haggles. You can buy your stuff exclusive when we go live. It will be posted on our website. We will let you guys know where you can buy merch. Everything from shirts to stickers to beanies to jackets. We even are going to have koozies, and we have Tervises, the big cups. Just about everything you can think of. We are going to be making potions along with. You guys will be able to, if you guys purchase some stuff off of our store, be able to go over to Etsy, get some deals off of Raven's Nest stuff, vice versa. So stay tuned for that when we roll out some merch. So if there's no more announcements, let's roll the damn dice.
Get it?
All right. So, last we left off, the players were informed that it was going to be the trial of Belvis. You were transported to you don't know where. A vast expanse of nothingness around you. One by one, a mirror image of each of you was revealed. And you were forced to do what most people can't and face themselves. Face the hardest thing that there is to face. One by one, you defeated the mirror images, in turn defeating yourselves, until the last mirror image stood, that of Sobek, the newly created cleric, who, when you destroyed the mirror image, the cleric went down with no other healer available, no way to bring your cleric back. Sitting there bleeding out, taking one breath, a second breath, and then a third and final breath being gargled and muffled by the sound of choking blood as the life left the eyes of the cleric. Then, in what most believed to be the soul passing beyond into the arms of Ariel, instead, Sobek rises within the glow. A fist of white plows the black dragon that was brought in to help with your negation of a deal. The final black dragon in existence was killed in front of the black dragonborn. And a voice boomed as the feet of Sobek hit the ground and he is revealed. The voice of Ariel stating, "This is the last time I'm gonna save your ass." Before disappearing. And that's where we pick up tonight. So, you guys are in this vast expanse. Nothing else around. The body of the dragon has disintegrated and disappeared. And there you all stand in a half circle around Sobek, who was brought back to life by his goddess, or what was his goddess. What are you doing?
Quick. Would he know his goddess left him?
You feel a little different.
Okay, so Payne, he wouldn't quite understand that then. He's going to try to use divine magic that he has and try to do a mass heal. Just to try to get everyone back up because he knew everyone was hurt before he went down.
Okay. So, Sobek, you land, you kind of get your bearings, and everybody's still just staring at you, not realizing what happened, as you reach your hand up and you begin to mutter a few words in Draconic, as nothing happens. You look to your hand and look up, hoping to see some presence of Ariel, some presence of some divine intervention to heal your friends. And there's nothing. It truly seems that Ariel gave you the last bit of divinity you will ever have from her to stay alive. It will now be up to you if you wish to maintain your abilities as a cleric to find a new deity.
He's going to freak the fuck out real quickly.
Okay.
Would we realize that he tried to do a heal and failed?
Yes.
Based on
You guys have heard him do this enough that you realize that this was a healing spell, and
okay, even my character?
Yeah, nothing fucking happened.
Velvet's still kind of limping and feeling like crap from his experience. Like, what? Something's supposed to happen. Cat looks around and is like, I'm confused. Something's supposed to happen.
Kira is actually, for once, just kind of silent. And you see her staring at where the black dragon was. Just staring.
Safi notices Sobek at first because he's more obvious about how much he's freaking out, and she walks up to them and puts a hand on his back. I'm sorry. You want to go smash some shit together?
Sobek would remain silent as he's too stunned to even register right now. He's never felt without a goddess since he had Ariel, so it's he feels cold and empty and not a good cold.
And then she looks over at Bakira. Go ahead.
Oh, you can finish what you were saying.
Oh, okay. She looks over at Bakira and sees her continuing to stare. I think we might need a group therapy session tonight, guys. It seems like a lot happened. And I'm not the best at helping deal with that, but I feel like if we all, sit down together and figure it out, we can get through this. So just know you guys aren't alone, okay? If you guys need me to strangle something, I will.
Like yourself?
Atheon seeing kind of like what's going on, turns to Safi and Bam and says, "You two go to Bakira, I will handle Sobek." And Atheon goes up to Sobek and places their hand on his shoulder and says, "I know what it feels like to lose your god or goddess in your case, and I am so sorry."
Would you be doing this in his head to get more of his attention, or out loud?
Out loud, because Atheon knows your character does not want them going into their head.
Okay. He will give a slight nod, but he's still processing. And he'll finally say, "She's gone?"
Atheon nods their head and says, "If it feels like you're empty, yeah, she's gone." But I may have a solution for you not having a goddess.
I am not working with the hag.
Not the hag. Someone.
What could possibly go wrong?
The hag pops up.
Oh, you rang.
Someone that may possibly kill me when she sees me. But I do have a solution if you're up to meet with her.
I'll take no solution if it requires one of you to maybe die. I can't bring you back anymore.
I'm a little bit stronger than my little sister.
You mean Dav?
Yeah. And then
What do you mean by Dav? Dav has passed away.
Atheon in their head screams out, "Daff, I need you. Please help. I'm sorry."
A few moments go by and you hear nothing. You begin to wonder if you've reached her, or even if what you were told was true about your sister, or if she truly is dead. And then in front of you, a green light begins to glow as you see what looks like a portal made out of vines and thorns opens up. You naturally look at your own eye level and you see nothing, before out of the bottom corner of your eye you see stepping through the corner death. This time, though, she is more elegant than you ever remember. She wears green and brown robes made out of leaves and vines,
One
pieces
second,
of the forest. Her hair long. And she, around her neck, is the necklace of a raccoon, symbolizing her as the Archfey, the goddess of the Feywilds, taking the place of Bavarian when he sacrificed himself to save everybody. She looks up to you, her sister. She takes a moment, and then she smiles.
Atheon seeing their sister and feeling the power coming off of them, they're going to take a knee and bow their head.
Gobek's standing completely and utterly fucking confused.
Belvis
Anybody
is
else
kind of
reacting?
Belvis is kind of just hanging back, like kind of like, what? Was that you, Daph?
Yeah, it is.
Huh. Looking good.
Holy shit.
Things had to happen for me to get here, but I'm exactly where I need to be. And apparently I'm needed here. And she looks to Sobek. I can feel your emptiness, your loneliness, your sense of not knowing where you belong or what to do. You feel like my sister used to.
My goddess has left me. Well, I
Then-
fear you may have joined the opposite side.
Then perhaps she's not your goddess. Perhaps you don't need a goddess.
What do you mean?
You see, I come from no divine lineage. I was born of simple parents with a simple life that got way too overly fucking complicated because of my sister.
Atheon just kind of giggles at that.
And yet here I am, a Archfey.
Would Sobek
I'm not-
understand what that means?
You guys have been in the Feywilds enough that you would know.
Okay.
And I'm not even Fey, and yet somehow I'm an Archfey. I was given these druidic abilities that I didn't know anything about. And the point of this is you can come from nothing and become everything. You
my
can you can feel worthless to yourself but be worth something to somebody else. You're worth something to these people here. You feel alone without your goddess, but look around you. And she points to everybody. You're not alone. You have each one of these people. You rely on them and they rely on you. Take a seat for me.
He would sit cross-legged to best could comfortably.
Close your eyes.
And he would.
I want you to dig deep inside yourself, find what your original purpose was on this world, why you came here, why you came to be with Misery's End, why you came to be a paladin and then a cleric, why you became to be the support for everyone around you. Find that. Dig into that, grab a hold of it, and pull it to the surface. And as you do, begin to believe, not in some goddess that doesn't give two shits about you. Believe in you. Believe in this group.
He would do what she asks of him, trying to figure out what this means, because he was here on a promise to an old friend. He was also here now to re-earn the trust back from this group. He is a protector, and that's why he became first a paladin, and then he became a cleric as well to help support the group. But he also has his goal in mind of the dragons that fully evolved because of this group.
She looks around. Atheon, do you trust Sobek?
With my life.
Belvis, do you trust Sobek?
Belvis nods on him and says, I do. I do.
Bakira, do you trust Sobek?
Bakira is still kind of out of it. Looks at Sobek, looks at her, and just nods.
Korth. And you see another green portal open with vines, and Korth steps through. I apologize I've kept him from you. I've needed him to help me sort a few things out. Korth, do you trust Sobek?
Korth takes a long look at Sobek, eyeing him up and down. His eyes show hurt and betrayal. Before he turns back to Daff. I trusted him once. Now I'm not so sure.
Van, do you trust Sobek?
Van looks over at Korth and goes, "Nice of you to show up, you bloody bastard."
Korth,
And good.
Korth shifts into Van and mimics him.
I just kind of chuckle. I'll look at Daphne. At Daph. Do I trust him? Huh.
As much as you can trust people.
As much as I can trust him.
Safi, I know you're newer here, but do you trust Sobek?
Well, in the short amount of time that I've known him, we just saw that he was willing to die for us, so yes.
You see, when there are those around us that trust us and believe in us and can lift us up to higher than what we believe we can be, we become something new. And she touches your forehead as you, it's still in your seated Indian style position, begin to float. You begin to glow this radiant white glow as this large pair of dragon wings opens up behind you, wraps around you, and you begin to spin inside these wings before hitting the ground with one knee and one fist touching the ground. As you stand up, the wings dissipate into snow as the snow falls and melts on the ground and disappears. You feel the warmth of having a god, but you realize that it's you. And she looks at you and says, Sobek, you are now the true leader of the White Dragons.
I'm sorry, what?
Heal your friends.
You would once again try the mass heal.
You reach up, you speak in Draconic, because at this time, instead of your normal voice, it's this big, booming Draconic voice that echoes inside the chest cavity of everybody. You can feel the bass in his voice as the spell is cast.
That is 700
How much?
HP. 700
700.
each. Well, it's, it gets divided up between the two.
Everybody gets full fucking health. As all of you feel invigorated, and because of this, for the next 2 hours, each of you get a +1 bonus to your rolls and your damage with the invigoration of a god.
Sappy thinks to herself for a moment, bites her bottom lip, and then gets on her knees to bow to Sobek.
Atheon's still bowing, so.
The only god I've known worth following.
Bakira just kind of like,
He would motion for them to get up. This is awkward, guys. Don't bow to me, please.
Atheon
And-
kind of like looks at Sobek and like, I'm not really bowing to you, and then kind of keeps their mouth shut and looks back down.
And Daft just taps you on the head and looks to everybody and says, when the time comes, and unfortunately I believe it will, call out for me, and I will be there, no matter what. And with that, she disappears where leaves take her place, and they fall to the ground and disappear, and Daff is gone.
Bells looks around and says, how do we get out of here?
Atheon slowly stands up and just kind of is silent to the rest of the group.
Safi. Oh,
Not
sorry.
wanting to talk about the fact that there's a little switcheroo.
Safi stands up and then looks over to Bakira, who she's noticed has been very quiet. And then she walks up and gives her a really big hug. Tighter than is probably comfortable.
Belvis goes
it's
over.
Bakira.
The horns probably click together.
Belvis goes on the other side and joins in the hug too. Group hug on Bakira.
Okay. Sobek would go over and hug her.
Atheon too.
Van.
Van said, fuck you.
Van pulls out both daggers and stabs everybody.
It's only one motion, just
Yeah.
gets everybody.
You must die! No.
TPK, everybody's done, campaign's done. Alright, see you guys, campaign's
All right,
done.
hey, good game.
I was gonna
See you
say,
guys.
it comes down, because Korth hasn't walked over there, being down to Korth and between Korth and Van, and let's be honest, Van's gonna kill me in one shot, so.
I mean, he killed Belvis one shot.
He killed Belvis in one shot.
Yeah.
With how much damage he does, yeah,
let's
Atheon-
just say Bakira is visibly uncomfortable with everybody hugging her. She's just like, the fuck is
Ooh.
this?
I'm going to do one of those kind of half-hearted, uncomfortable. This is your uncle you haven't seen in 3 years, and you got to be nice, kind of half
this
hug.
You're that uncle.
Yeah, pretty much.
The uncle you don't want to see at the cookout.
Yeah, but you got to admit, I've got good stories though.
Atheon, feeling the discomfort of Bakira, just kind of lets go and walks away from the rest of the group.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know we were gonna dogpile on you. This was kind of a thing.
Belvis kind of like.
Yeah,
What
I've
happened?
never. That was a lot of affection. Nah.
Belvis is like. Better than that run drink, ain't it?
Okay, well, apparently I needed that to pull my head out of my ass. Thanks, guys. I'm sorry, it's just... That was the last of the black dragons that Ariel killed.
Well,
The very last of my ancestors.
he seemed like an asshole.
To be fair, I was trying.
I completely understand, but I don't know if that one was worth it. We can find some kind of way, right? I mean, we have all kinds of crazy magic now.
And all of a sudden, a black dragon appears. No, I'm kidding.
Belva's just trying to make Bakira feel better. It's like, maybe we could turn you into a dragon. I don't know. Maybe the new black dragon. I don't know how it works. Oh, come on.
I think we already have one dragon god in the group. What the fuck was that, Sobek?
Just realizing what the fuck happened.
Yeah, because just realizing what the fuck happened is just like,
I will let you know as soon as I process it myself.
Yeah, I think it's God, man.
I'm going to nonchalantly walk up to Sobek, lean in close, and just whisper just for him to hear. I knew you had it in you, mate. Now do us right. And I'll turn around and walk away. I'll go to Bakira, toss her a flask. Now.
Bakira catches that flask and like immediately just starts downing it. She's
Can I have
like,
some an extra?
Belva's kind of raises an eyebrow, kind of looks at Van Wert and is like, "You do realize you're fading her habit, don't you?"
Why is he the picture of Michael?
I'll just look back at Belvis and give a grin.
Belvis, Bakira needs this.
We all
It's
have our
fine.
habits. Mm-hmm.
Belva's just kind of like, okay.
look, this is keeping me from going completely insane out of all the bullshit that has just happened. Leave it!
Belva's then addresses everyone. It's like, okay, we've had a lot happen. I think we need to get out of here. So, Van, if you please.
Are we all ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Someone's gonna have to go get Atheon because Atheon kind of walked away from the group.
I'll get her.
Horse
Belvis goes over to Atheon and is like, "Alright, let's go. We gotta get going."
Atheon
Get your ass over here.
Atheon just kind of slowly walks over, dragging their feet, not wanting the conversation that's most likely gonna happen.
Atheon, roll me a d20.
Oh, really? You know how much I suck.
Roll me a d20. 5. As you're slowly dragging your feet, kind of not sure what's happening, a little gust of wind swirls around you, and it's light enough to where nobody else can see it, and it swirls around your neck and then just drops.
Would I notice it?
Yeah.
Atheon looks down, like, feels the wind around their neck and looks down.
And you see the pendant of a raccoon.
Atheon holds it and looks down and is like, holds it in their hand and smiles and quickly goes up to the group. And kind of like lets go when they get to the group.
When you let go of it, it sinks into your chest and disappears. You are able to use this pendant to call one time per long rest. You can use this pendant to call out to Daff for divine intervention. Whether it's an attack or a heal or something, you can call out to Daff one time. And when you think about Daff, the pendant will appear.
Well, that's a lot. So wouldn't the pendant just stay visible?
But it's once per long rest.
Yeah.
So it disappears after you call out to her. It'll only appear when you start, like, you think about her all the time, but when you are actually like thinking about calling out to her.
Okay.
For her to come here. And now you can call out to her whenever you want, but that's going to, if you don't do it in a combat situation, that's it. That's your one time. Because yes, she's a god, but she only has she does have a limitation,
Yeah, especially being a new god.
and especially for her not being your god.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I eyeball the group. I'm going to look over at Korth. Are you doing this, mate? Or am I doing this?
I was brought here from the Fey realms. You do this. You have the coin. I was brought here.
Oh, the great Korth. Not so almighty. Excellent. And I'll grab the coin and flip it.
you go to reach for where you normally keep the coin, and it's there. You flip the coin.
Oh, shit, dude. Holy fuck!
Bro.
Dude!
Oh my goodness.
You flip the coin, it opens the portal, and you are all transported. And as you come through the portal, you guys can't seem to stick these fucking landings as you all kind of tumble into and hit against the door. As you look up and you see a very large smile.
Atheon, in their mind, knowing who this is, says, I need to talk to you about something going on with my magic.
And the smile gets bigger. Would you like to speak alone?
Please. As Atheon slowly gets up from the dog pile and getting used to their 4 inches that they gained. It's kind of like all gangly like a teenager now.
Jeez, Van, with the almighty powerful coin, you can't manage to stick a landing. Jeez.
Belvis tries to shove Korth off of him.
I just didn't want you to feel bad.
Hey, I'm standing up. Don't let me step on your fingers. I got hoofs.
DM, should I roll a strength check to push Korth off of me?
Nah, he's normal size now.
Alright.
Yeah, Korth is puny.
He's a human now.
Yeah, he's a
I'm like
puny.
5. I'm 5'2". I'm 5'2". I'm a small little guy.
He's
That's
Pam
my
size.
height.
He's Pam size.
That's me size too.
Hey, Ethan.
Yeah.
He's my size.
Atheon now towers over you by a lot.
Atheon grew 4 inches last week.
Ooh.
Yeah, Atheon's now 6'4".
Okay. Pam, would you like this conversation to be a table clearing or in front of everybody?
Well, it's just about magic, so for now, let's just do it with the group with no...
Okay.
If we do spoilers, that's okay. I don't mind.
Okay.
What is going on?
Now we can't say that this is in the heads.
Yeah.
That you're doing this in your head.
What is going on with my magic?
What do you mean?
Every time I cast Eldritch Blast or a spell or anything, something weird happens. Like, somehow I spontaneously grew 4 inches.
I know some people that would be happy about that.
Yeah, but going from like a 2-foot gnome to a 6-foot star spawn, now a 6'4" star spawn, it's a little weird.
Well, you see, you get your power from me, so things get a little chaotic.
Yeah, I figured.
And wild.
Are you telling me that my magic is wild?
Of course it is. Do you think my magic is normal?
No. But I kind now this just... Now I can't... I don't know if I can control it totally.
Well, where's the fun in that?
I'm harming my friends.
Not as much as you will.
I know, but I don't want to harm them.
You could choose a new patron, but I can't promise they'll be as willing as I am.
Well, Syl is in hiding, so I can't really talk to him. The other one... Yes, I am choosing my words very, very carefully for this. My other one isn't happy with me, I don't think. So I think I need to stick with you. But
Listen. A lot of people trust my magic.
I trust your magic. I don't trust my magic.
You'll learn to control it eventually. I mean, Syl did.
Give me IRL second to process that. Oh shit.
Just go with it.
Yeah. You're telling me you're Syl's patron as well?
Boys, how do you think I
Now,
connected
Dan,
with you guys?
this is being said out loud, right?
No.
No, this is in Atheon's head.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't know any of this. And as a side comment, if my height is right, I'm taller than Atheon.
Yes, you are.
So the only two that are taller than...
Just by your horns.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
only two that are taller than Atheon are Sobek and you.
Yeah.
Atheon asks...
Bakira's tiny dragonborn.
Atheon asks, have you been keeping an eye on me for a while? Like, since I came onto this planet?
Of course, I... Good friends with your father.
So he must have reached out to you and told
He
you?
still does.
Is he mad at me?
Not yet, but depends on the choice you're going to make in the end.
I already know the choice I'm gonna make in the end. There's no chance that I'm gonna not make that choice.
I guess we'll see then, won't we?
Can you give him a message for me the next time he reaches out to you?
Perhaps I'll have him reach out to you instead. But beware, it may be painful.
I live with pain every day with all the choices I have made. It won't.
Well, with this group, it's very painful. I get it.
And plus, I know I have a husband somewhere, but I don't know his name or if he's still alive.
He's still alive.
Atheon just kind of says thank you and says, if he doesn't want to reach out to me, my father, can you just tell him I'm sorry? And I will choose the path that I want to choose.
Of course. Now, should we get to the task at hand?
Yeah.
And that she said out loud.
Atheon kind of nods their head and's like, alright. And just kind of goes silent.
And the hag begins to slowly scan every single one of you.
The man of mystery. Not so
Oh.
mysterious to me.
Bloody hell.
It is your turn.
You're just kind of like, oh, this is going to be horrifying, isn't it?
What say
And-
you, hag?
The hag
Kind of like looks to Van and just drinks from the glass some more and hands it to him.
the hag uses all of their arms to grab a few big bottles of potions and puts them on the table, enough for one of each of you, and then grabs scrolls and places them right in front of each of you. If
Each of you would grab a scroll and open it, please. I would like to inform you of where you're going.
Belvis grabs a scroll.
Atheon grabs a scroll and opens it.
Belvis is like,
Boba hesitantly walks up to the hag and then just grabs a scroll, keeping his eye on her.
I feel your power.
I'm going to walk up, grab the potion first, look at the hag, and just as a straight face, my brother may have served you. Don't think I will.
so, this is the first time everybody out loud is hearing that Syl served the hag.
And I'll grab the scroll.
So the only one it does is not going to shock is Atheon, who just heard about it.
Okay.
The carrot just kind of is like, you know what? I'm gonna need an even stronger drink after this shit.
Atheon kind of
And she grabs her scroll.
Atheon kind of like puts their scroll underneath their arm, takes out their dagger, and pokes their finger and like holds it out to Kira and's like, "This is the strongest thing you've got."
Kira's just like, I saw what happened to the fish.
Belvis just looks around as he's examining the scroll. He's like, what?
I'm
Korth walks up and he grabs the potion just nonchalantly, opens up his his tattered cloths and stuffs his potions into a pocket, and then just tucks his scroll into his back pocket, and then just shifts to the back of the group.
Atheon's also gonna grab like kind of takes their fingers like, I wonder if I can get drunk from this, but so she just kind of hesitantly licks their finger and picks up the potion.
Okay.
I'm going to keep my eye contact with the hag, and I'm kind
he's
of
writing.
gonna put my hand out towards Atheon. Hold that thought. We may need that at some point. And with my other hand, I'll just hand my flask to Bakira.
Okay.
The whole time maintaining eye contact.
So everybody that has their scrolls open, I will read you. The hag says, looks to Van and says,
It's time to go home.
and you all begin to read the history of Van and Syl's home. Galanthalis is a high elven city deep in the high forest. Residents are almost exclusively elves, with high elves making up nearly 70% of the population, with wood elves and moon elves making up the difference. The remaining 2% of inhabitants are humans and halflings. No dwarves, no tieflings, or other races are allowed into the city. It is just as breathtakingly beautiful as Erenthor. However, unlike its multicultural and inviting sister city, this elven city is xenophobic. its residents believe that they are the purest descendants of the original race of Devathi, and believe that they must maintain the purity of the bloodlines from those ancient ancestors. They think of themselves and refer to themselves as Devathine. Interracial relationships are forbidden, even between different elven subtypes. Not so much by law, but by strong cultural conventions. The High Force provides everything they need to survive, so they trade with others only very rarely and only with other elves. As a result, most trade with Galanthals flows through Aranthor. The Devathine here create great works of art, music, and magic, but tend to keep their works within their own community, passing them between each other as gifts. There's no shame in regifting, in fact quite the opposite. Some treasures have accrued a pedigree of sorts, based on who has given the item to whom in the past, a practice which usually increases its value rather than diminishing it. There's only one temple in the city, an immense temple to the Raven Queen, the creator of the Devathi. Within the temple, there are shrines to other deities that the Raven Queen considers to be allies. The city leaders are both well practiced in the art of magic as well as high priests of the Raven Queen. Galanthal is protected by thick natural growth which has been nurtured to create an impenetrable hedge of thickets and brambles stretching out for almost a mile in every direction from the city. It contains an intricate network of secret passages and paths, both with the thicket below and the branches above combined with creepers and vines that allow the city's protectors, mostly made up of blade singers and deft archers, to patrol the city's perimeter. If confronted by one of these protectors, it's likely that as many as 25 others are hidden and ready to aid their associates. And the scroll ends as the history of Van and Sill's home ends. Most of you remember, or most of you kind of get the sense of why Van doesn't talk about the city reading this history, because this city only believes in the purest form of elves, the Devathine. And Van, being a half-elf, is an abomination in this city. Therefore, he was the riffraff, he was the lowest of the low.
Belvis looks over to Van as he just gets done reading this. He's like, well, your home seems like charming place.
Yeah.
Bakura just kind of is like, charming. More like it needs to be burnt to the ground.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky that I was nobility in Talamar. I don't think I'm going to be that lucky here. You know these places don't like tieflings especially.
Belvis is like, I don't know how he feels about it. I mean, home is different. I didn't very much care for my home, but now that I saw its burnt out ruins and everybody I knew and loved is more or less dead, you know, nostalgic for the place.
Hey, the answer's
Yeah.
like, the church killed my family, or the only family that I remember a lot of. So, I mean, let's get to it and burn this shit to the ground. I mean, I do have Firebolt.
I mean, I only say that because we only had Locath who lived in my town, but that we didn't hate other people. It's just
You lived at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, Avian kind of looks at.
Thank you, Course, for finishing that statement for me. It's not like I can't talk on my own.
Atheon kind of looks at Belvis and is like, no other creature can really breathe underwater for long periods of time. So of course it's going to just
Genasi.
Bakura just kind of tugs on her armor and she's just like, right. So, are we having to go to the xenophobic hellhole?
Well, looks like we're gonna start
The
a
hag
revolution.
looks at you all. Drink the potion now.
Belvis looks to the hag is like, I don't. After some an unusual incident in the Feywild, I do not. I no longer.
But Takira takes the potion that was put in front of Belvis and like shoves it down his throat.
Hey, oi!
Atheon is holding. Atheon
No,
is holding.
payback's a bitch.
Atheon is holding Belvis.
Okay.
Payback's a bitch. You did it to everybody else.
Can I roll to
You
fight
pour-
this?
Nope, you poured a bottle down everybody else's throat, and they didn't give consent.
I was trying to save them, and it was wine, and I didn't do it to Bakira.
Yes, you
I
did.
I just put my finger out at Belvis and go, just drink.
Yeah, just do it like it's a shot, guys. Come on.
It's
Just drink.
Korth
It
turns
is not.
to Van.
It is not green and slimy.
Korth turns to Van.
What is it?
And-
See, Bakira takes her own and it's just like, bottoms up.
Yeah, Atheon does the
Let's
same
get this
thing.
over with.
Yep, Sappy downs it.
Belvis is like,
Korth-
after he just had it force fed to him, he's like, oh god, what is this? Thank you, all you bastards.
Atheon kind of just slaps Belvis upside the head and is like, language.
Well, you all want to talk.
Fuck.
Korth
This is,
Right,
turns
Korth.
to Van, pops the cork off of his potion, swirls it around a little bit. For your upcoming trial, I guess. May it go well for you. And then just, like, shotguns it.
Cheers, mate.
Sobek holds his and goes, before whatever this does to me, I have one thing to say to you, hag. And he gives her a polite bow, go, I apologize for assuming it was by your will that you wanted to change me. And then he would drink it.
Atheon to Belvis is like, fuck off, this is my patron's home. You respect it.
You all, while you're talking, your words begin to slur.
No.
Your vision starts to go blurry. You begin blinking rapidly to try and correct your vision. All of you fall and hit the ground. Blackness. That's where we're going to take our break. We will be right back, everybody.
I can't believe you force fed me to drink that stuff.
right. We are back. So, everything goes black.
We're all gonna die!
You're not sure how much time has passed as you all open your eyes slowly, still laying on the ground. All of you in an unfamiliar place, except for you, Van. This place is very familiar. Your home. Although, it looks different. This city is normally bustling with life. There's nobody around. It is eerily quiet. Cobwebs hang in the corners. No lights on. And it's cold. You guys are a little... You're probably a few blocks away from the town square at this point.
Belvis pulls out his swords, kind of seeing the location, and it's like, just kind of like, I think we should be on guard. We're in the middle of what was once a big bustling city, full of asshole elves. No offense. He looks at Van and says, "No offense, Van."
None taken. Can I look around and see if there's anything different with the house as well?
Sure. Roll for it.
$36.
You don't see anything. I'm just kidding.
I'm blind too! Oh my god, I'm blind!
So from where you're at, I mean, it's really hard to tell. Everything looks the same. It all looks abandoned. You could look around. You can move towards the town square. You know that beyond the town square is the temple to the Raven Queen.
I will start heading that direction first.
Okay. Is everybody following Van?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Adrian's
I'm
gonna just kind of trail behind.
I was
gonna say, Korth is gonna hang at the back of the pack as well.
Okay.
Kira's just kind of like side-eyeing everything after what she read about this.
Yeah,
or
same with Sappy.
Yeah.
She's just like,
Yeah, Atheon, you can with Atheon you can see the more visibly the glow of the purple and black energy that's flowing through them, getting ready to cast anything if someone sneaks out.
Alright.
Belvis turns to Van and says, as they're walking, he's like, I don't suppose there's any good cabins around.
Some of the best, but they won't serve your kind or mine.
And Belvis kind of looks around and says, from the looks of it, I don't think they're serving anybody.
Well, you may be right on that as well.
Please do us a favor and smack Belvis upside the head.
Yes. Yes, Atheon. You all begin to, with Van leading the way,
Right there, up on the shelf.
you
That
make
one.
it.
Yeah.
You make it to the town square. Everybody roll a perception check for me.
Okay. Use my fancy dice.
I have advantage on all rolls.
Well, everybody roll this one with advantage.
With
Okay,
advantage.
so
And you'll find out why in a second.
I'm gonna send you that one.
Okay.
DM, I rolled a dirty 20.
I got
I rolled a
nat
19.
20. I got a nat 20
Oh,
plus 4.
Perception.
dirty 20.
Nat 20?
It's
Nice.
Good.
Yeah, I got a nat
Dirty
20.
20.
Perception 14, 16.
Korth.
Hang on, I'm doing math.
Yeah, that wasn't a good one.
17.
Okay.
Also, nice nat 20 there, Elliot.
Yeah, nice night 20.
It's the
So,
paranoia that she's feeling.
31,
right now.
DM.
Okay. So, as you all make it to the town square, you all you're looking all around, looking at the ground, and then you all slowly look up as your eyes follow pieces of wood that are sticking in the ground. As your eyes follow the wood up, you begin to see feet, followed by legs. As your eyes look up, you notice there are 4 crucifixes with 4 bodies hanging on them. Van, you see your human mother. You see your other half-elf brother. You see your elven father. And then you all notice and recognize the last body. You see Syl, crucified, lifeless.
Atheon just kind of collapses.
This place burns to the ground, Van.
Belvis says to Sappy, get ready to help me.
It's my brother.
Korth walks up to the crosses and like just kind of looks at him and then looks back to Van. We've had our spites, but do you want your family down? They don't deserve this.
Yeah, we need to give them a proper funeral at the nest.
Okay. Sobek, Safi, and he shifts into Argos at this point. And then Atheon, if you want to, if somebody wants to help.
Atheon is kind of like speechless seeing Syl.
Belvis can step forward since he's already got his short swords out. Starts.
Sobek would move forward,
to catch the body.
nods his head, and begin to help bring them down.
I want to get Syl down. I traveled with
I
him.
hate you right now.
Okay.
I messaged every single one of you. I told you.
Atheon stands up and starts going towards Argos with energy crackling through her through her body, centering onto her palms, ready to attack, and just starts storming and stomping up to Argos.
Would Sobek feel this magical energy?
No.
Okay. So yeah.
Would I feel anything?
No.
Okay. I'm working on getting Van's father down.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on his brother, well, half brother.
Belvis is just kind of there helping everybody by cutting the bindings down since he's got his sword out.
But Kira, as they're working, she turns to Van and asks him, how likely is it that your brother would have come back here?
Not on his own accord, he wouldn't. And I'm just looking at my brother. Between my brother and my mom.
Belvis, as he's helping, would kind of looks over to Van and asks him, like, who would have done this? Who would have done this? Like, who's in charge of doing stuff like this?
Sobek stops pushing and feels angry as he looks around at the others and starts walking up to Belvis with his weapon and ready.
Belvis looks over and Sobek is like, what are you doing?
Atheon still is slows their pace and is slowly walking up to Argos and stops about 10 feet behind him, just wanting to strangle or cast a spell at him.
Sobek does not answer Belvis.
Do I see anything significant on any of the bodies?
No, they're all actually stripped down to nothing. They are every single one of them are completely naked.
Ew, Sill's body. I'm sorry,
I could make a very inappropriate comment right now, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, that's... Sorry. My head's not in the right place, Van. I'm sorry.
I'm going to go into my bag of holding that I have and pull out the extra cape and the blankets that I have. And I'm going to cover my mother and my brother.
Okay.
Korath.
Atheon turns towards Van and is just glaring at him.
Argaz, upon getting the nails out of the hands and feet of his father, rather than lift his body off of the cross, pulls out the nail containing his feet and just lets the body just kind of like flump to the ground before he shifts back down into Korath and looks directly at Van. Anger, intense anger burning in his eyes, directly at Van.
Belvis kind of turns over to Van and he just kind of like his eyes lock on him and he feels like a cold malice is kind of building up on him and he starts kind of like sidestepping toward Van.
And then Sappy turns to Van and her eyes unfocus like when she's about to go into a rage.
Sobek would turn around, focus on Van, and begin to approach him.
Akira. Akira.
That dice going there. That dice going there. That
Almost.
bad dice.
almost looks at Van as if she is not seeing Van, but Dorian.
Ah, fucking hag.
Akira sniffs and wolfs out.
Van flips his cloak. Shadow mist.
Raytheon,
Grabs Reap and Sow.
in a deep, gravelly voice, says, "Death to the Raven Queen."
Van,
Or-
you see just beyond them, as they're all starting to circle you, you see just beyond them the familiar temple of the Raven Queen.
I will. I'm going to head towards the temple, but keep my eyes on them.
Okay, so in order to do that, you're going to have to. Basically, everybody's going to do this circle thing, keeping their eye on each other, and as you then begin to walk backwards, knowing where you're going, everybody begins to come towards you. If we could pull up the map, I will show you what the Temple of the Raven Queen looks like.
Okay. Also, check DM really quick.
Yes, I saw it.
Did you
Okay.
see mine as well?
Yes. So, you all make your way inside the Temple of the Raven Queen, and you can see Van, you can see the familiar look of the large statue of the Raven Queen that is there in the middle, probably about 15 feet behind you, as everybody else blocks the entrance, so there is no way out.
I'm going to go to the statue.
Okay. You're able to make your way to the statue. As everybody else, you guys have some sort of control of your bodies. You have one intent. So, would you guys like to just stand in front of the door, or would you like to move closer to Van?
Atheon's gonna stay where they are.
I'm going to stay by the door.
Okay.
Sobek would move forward.
Bell was
Okay.
move forward.
Akira moves forward.
Safi moves forward.
Okay.
As they move forward, DM, I'm going to raise the Reap and Sow
Okay.
and point it at Atheon.
Okay. Would you like to attack?
Nope. Nope. I'm just holding it up,
Okay.
looking at them, and taking steps back towards the statue.
I will say at this point, just for it, everybody go ahead and roll initiative. Just so we can have a order of turns. I am going to be using this initiative tracker by Grapevine Lightworks.
I already had to use the Dice Jail by Grapevine Lightworks.
Wish I had a dice jail from Grapevine Lightworks.
You should
Well,
buy
you
a dice jail.
You
from
can totally buy
Grapevine
one
Lightworks.
right from their Etsy store.
Might have to do that. My goodness.
Okay, so
I think they know we're gonna fight Van.
25
Or
to
at least-
20.
I got 24.
So Safi with the highest.
I got 23.
Safi, then Bakira. 20 to 15.
19.
18. So what's the order so far, Dan?
Hold on. I will repeat it once we're done. 15 to 10.
14.
Ten to 5.
9.
Yes, lowest initiative. I got a 6.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Well, I will say, I got my birth number, which means that must be good luck.
All right.
So number 6 in my family of 11. So
it is Safi, then Bakira, then Belvis, then Van, then Atheon, then Sobek, then Korth.
All right.
So, remember, you guys are in whatever's going on. You have control of your body to do actions, but you have one purpose. So just keep that in mind. Your purpose is what I have messaged you. However you go about it, it's what I've been saying. Your purpose. Hold on. Let me resend it. I'm gonna send this to everybody.
Okay.
This is everybody's purpose. However you go about doing it is on you. So, what would you like to do?
I would like to rage.
Right.
do you? Now I'm curious, Safi. As a bard barrier, do you rage while singing? I'm just curious. Like legit.
Think of it. It's like a screamo metal
music.
roar. Like
There we go. There we go. Okay, I was genuinely curious. So okay,
something
continue.
creepy like
We
that.
did not get a long rest, did we?
No.
But we were healed though.
Yeah, we were healed. We just didn't get long rest stuff.
We were healed, but we did not get a long
And then
rest.
I would like to try to intimidate him.
Okay.
She takes a deep breath, looks him in the eyes. Tell me where the fuck she is, or I'm gonna flay you alive. And 15.
15 what?
It's just an intimidation roll.
does not succeed.
Okay. Alright. In that case, I'm gonna run up to him.
Okay.
Did doing that do anything against my actions or anything?
It did take one action, yes.
Okay. So then I can only get up there to him.
Yes, that is correct. So,
Alright.
well, what's your movement speed?
My movement speed is 40 feet.
Okay, so you can get as far as here.
Alright. And she pulls out her weapons, her longswords.
All right. Bakira is up with Belvis on deck. Remember, you already wolfed out.
Huh? So. Oh god. Give me a moment. Had to refresh things. Gonna cast Crimson Right.
Okay.
And take 5 points of damage to bonus action imbue my claws
What the hell?
with necrotic energy.
Okay.
As she's doing this, she looks like she's trying to break out of whatever has a hold of her, but can't, and screams death to the Raven Queen as she moves up to Van. Movement speed is 55 feet.
Okay. Let's see. 55 feet.
I don't know if that gets...
That gets just to him. You are right in front of him. I know you wish you weren't, but you are. Remember what I told all of you guys.
He's going to attack. He's going to attack.
Okay.
Nat 1! Oh my god, I got a nat 1 on the man. She's
This
trying.
is the one time.
This is the one time we're
The one time that we were like, yes, we got a nat one.
The
like,
one
I've
time
never
we're
seen anybody
congratulating
so
Nat
excited to roll a
ones
nat
instead of
one.
Nat 20s. Okay, so
Damn, I
you
think
run up and you go to
this is
swipe. You run and you go to swipe, and he's able to like move out of the way really quickly of your swipe.
I'm
I've got 2 attacks per
still
action.
looking at Atheon, but I kind of nonchalantly acknowledge Bakira.
Okay, so Bakira again.
Bakira goes in for these second strike. Oh 28.
It's
That hits.
Alright, let me bring up my stuff. For a total of 15 points of damage for that necrotic.
All right. Does that end your turn?
It'll end my turn.
Okay. Belvis, you're up with Van on deck.
So Bakira's right in front of Van.
Correct.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She's right there. And she's trying to fight this. Whatever's gotten a hold of her.
It's strong.
It's obvious she's trying to fight it and can't.
How far away from the idea?
You are 50 feet.
And do I have a clear line of sight? Or do I have to move anyway?
More or less, yes. He's up on a raised platform where Bakira's on the stairs, so there's a little bit of height there.
Okay, so there I have clear vision.
To his head, yes.
Belvis, with still that feeling of malice, is gonna pull his bow out, knock an arrow, and he says, "Death to the Raven Queen," and he just lets loose an arrow towards Van's head.
Roll for it. So everybody knows Van was prepared to be fucked with today, so he was forewarned.
16?
Wasn't gonna take it, yeah.
miss.
Miss, damn. I believe I get another shot, right, DM?
You get one more, yes.
Belvis just kind of seethed and he pulls another arrow and he knocks it, pulls it back. Doesn't say anything, he's starting to breathe heavy. Goes, arrow lets loose again, right toward Van's head. 14. That didn't hit.
Miss.
That will end Belvis' turn.
Okay. Alright. Van is up with Atheon on deck.
But with a cut like that, you might want to give it a shot. Come on.
I am going to drop the Reap and Sow. I'm going to put the hood down.
Just a little clear.
And I'm going to turn my back to Bakira
I'll write it first.
and put my hand on the Raven Queen statue.
Okay. You do that, and you can feel vibrations of something humming inside the statue. You're not sure what it is. It's never been there before. Make me an Arcana check.
$15.
You know enough because of your brother that whatever's happening here is magic. It is beyond anything that anybody can comprehend, but get the feeling that the source of whatever this magic is inside this statue.
Okay. Can I look for any way to open the statue?
There is, you've seen the statue thousands of times. There is absolutely no way to open the statue. There is no opening of the statue. So you are unsure how whatever's there got there.
I'm going to look up at the statue. Not this. I've lost my family. I've lost my brother again. I will not do this. And that'll be my action.
Okay. Atheon. You're up with Sobek on deck.
Atheon just glaring at Van casts Eldritch Blast, saying death to the Raven Queen. But instead of hitting Van, she's gonna aim a little bit wide to hit the statue.
Okay, so
Just
in
seeing the
order-
Raven Queen, would they know that it's the Raven Queen from the paper that they
well, it's a statue of the Raven Queen.
I mean,
Make a wisdom saving throw first.
all right. $22.
The magic is too strong. You are unable to differentiate. To you, death to the Raven Queen is death to her followers.
Alright, so I guess I'm hitting Van.
It was a very high DC.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying something different.
It was a 25 DC.
Alright. 17 to hit.
Just it.
And then do I still do the 4 rolls for
You
it?
do all of them. This is normal attacks. To you guys, this is an enemy right now.
27?
Definitely hits.
Hits.
The one time you actually hit all your Eldritch Blasts.
Yeah!
Right. Thanks, Pam. Thank you.
No problem.
Pam killing another character.
Good thing I rolled another one.
No.
23?
Just kidding.
And the twice
Yes.
of Van, and twice of Aaron here. First Lau and
Yeah.
First Lau.
30, 20?
Hits.
All 4.
One time I did not want them to hit. The one time I wanted nat ones.
Just bam, 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 right after him.
Yeah. So...
I mean, if you did something with big damage, he has uncanny dodge, so.
If I decide to use it.
That's what happens when we do the trials of the darkest player in the group.
Right.
They are dark trials.
Oh shit, I was rolling the wrong dice.
They are rough trials.
Points of damage total.
38.
Okay.
And then let me guess.
I need some D10s.
6.
Okay, another one.
3.
Another one.
10.
Another one.
2.
Okay. D100.
$60.
You regain your lowest level expended spell slot.
Alright, so that's a good thing.
One more.
$5. I'm just waiting for the blue one.
That one doesn't matter. Okay.
What was it?
Something appearing here that can't appear here.
Got it.
So, it's impossible to appear here. Alright. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. And I am just gonna let you guys know. You can play this like you normally would. So if you choose not to attack, you choose not to attack. So, but you do have a purpose. You don't have to use all of your attacks, however. Just saying.
I only have one attack.
Okay.
So.
Sobek is up. Korth on deck.
So Beck's gonna look at Van and see the Raven Queen statue behind him. Obviously unable to tell the difference between the two. But instead of attacking, he's gonna cast the spell Hold Monster. I will need a Wisdom saving throw, Van.
Van's not a monster. You would have to cast Hold Person.
Oh. Okay. I didn't know it was actually mean actual monsters.
Yes. There is a difference. Hold Person and Hold Monster. So, because you didn't know the difference, you can go ahead and redo your attack. Or whatever else you want to do. But yes, monster would be a demon, a devil, Tarrasque, something like that. There's Hold Person, Hold Creature, Hold Monster.
Anti-magic field, and he's going to center around Van. Which, basically, on a 10-foot radius, an invisible sphere of anti-magic surrounds you. Oh, it surrounds me. Is there a force magical? So I will move up to Van and then cast it.
Okay. So your movement speed is what?
My movement speed is 30.
Okay, so you can get to about where Safi is, and what's the distance of it?
10 feet.
In a circle?
Around me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if we put it right there, it will dispel any magic up to Van, which means, Bakira, your
My
claws are no longer imbued.
So with
Which,
that,
I mean, technically for good is a good thing for you. Means you
I-
can't deal as much damage. Yes.
with that, does that mean like if I cast spells, it would disappear in that? Because I'm not in that circle?
You correct. If you can cast spells up to it, but as soon as it touches the circle, it will disappear.
I know he dropped the Reaping Soul, but I know if he ever picked it up, that would kill most of the party. And he would want to eliminate any magical effect that Van could do. And then he will end his turn.
Thinking like a cleric. Also, I will say that anti-magic field did not reach the statue.
Okay.
Just so you know, Van. Okay. Does that end your turn, Sobek?
That will end my turn.
Okay, Korth is up with Safi on deck.
Korth is going to take a... Hang on, I'm taking my movement speed here. Would I see the anti-magic field that Sobek threw up and know what it is?
You guys can see the glimmer of something. I would say you and Atheon are probably the only other ones who would know what it is, just because of being strong magic users.
Okay. Fine. Knowing that his magic probably won't work until either Van steps out or he changes the course of events, Korth says rather gleefully, "Death to the Raven Queen." And then I'm going to do... Sorry, Atheon. Oh, hi, Charlie. Yeah. Hang on, give me 1 second. I can't find it. Aha! I found it. Okay, I'm going to look. Can I see behind the statue of the Raven Queen?
No. It's a very big fucking statue.
Very big statue. Okay. Can I see like on the like? Does it cover the whole room, like side to side?
No, I mean there's
Watching the
room to get behind it, but it's narrow. There are a few other statues around it, but they're small.
Okay. I'm going to do Warping Implosion, and I'm going to teleport right up to the statue, like right up to the base, because I can transport.
How much does that move?
120 feet.
Okay, so you want to get like to where Van is, or behind the statue, or what?
Like, I want to get to right where like the statue is, because I'm trying to get around the anti-magic field.
Okay, so you can. I will say if you do it going diagonal, you could get to about right here.
Perfect.
Because if you went the other way, you would run through the magic field and it would dissipate and you would land inside of it.
Okay, Atheon, I'm gonna need you to make a strength saving throw.
You do realize my strength sucks, right?
What?
Yeah.
Watch
Sorry.
this.
Oh, fuck.
Watch this.
3.
Oh, you fail. Oh,
Yeah.
you fail.
I only have a +1 to my strength.
Okay. Give me one.
Oh, this will be good.
Why am I I suddenly very, very afraid?
I feel like you should be.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys should be thanking the gods that Van dropped the Reap and Sow. Because you realize he could take you all out in like 3 turns.
Oh yeah.
Probably.
Atheon, you take 16 points of force damage. And where I was standing before, you get pulled directly into that spot.
So you are right there.
That actually works for me, so.
Alright,
And
does that
then-
end your turn, Korth?
Yes, I believe that takes a full action for me to do.
It does. It does.
So, there's not much I can do. So yeah, I pass turn.
Alright, Safi, you're up with Bakira on deck.
Alright, I want to try to grapple Van and get him to the ground and, like, hold him so that we can interrogate him.
Sure, you can move up to him. You're gonna make a... let's do a contested strength check.
Okay. Well, I didn't roll very great. I got a 15.
$16.
You run up there and go to grapple him, and he's just too quick. He's able to like slide out and jump over you, spin back to where he was.
And she growls and she's like, "Where is the Raven Queen?"
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even acknowledge Safi.
Bakira, you're up. Belvis on deck. Remember, you do not have any magic on your claws anymore. Hold on, I'm going to message you something really quick. I will leave that up to you. If so, go ahead and say it. Because there's 2 ways that technically can
Took
go.
a bit, but the anti-magic... It took a bit, but the anti-magic drops Bakira's wolf form.
So you guys
She is-
saw the glow in the claws dissipate, and slowly you're seeing back to the dragon-born form, and you guys get the idea, especially those that know this is an anti-magic field, that maybe Bakira didn't become a lycanthrope in the normal way. Remember, Bakira, you are here. You cannot cast any magic.
Nope. But she pulls out her 2 daggers. Her dagger and her dagger of venom.
Okay, so that is one action, taking those out.
And as she does that for the first time, I look down from the Raven Queen and just look at Bakira with a half kind of head cocked and just smile.
And it is obvious Bakira is desperately trying to fight against whatever is controlling. as she takes a swing at him with her regular dagger and is doing 2-weapon fighting.
Okay. So 2 attacks. Don't get the
Yep.
3 because you did use 1 action to pull the daggers out.
Right. $24 to hit.
Whew.
Yeah.
Blood hunters, man, when they get in close, they're like rogues.
For 8 points of damage.
Okay.
The second attack. With the Venom Dagger. $31 to hit.
I feel.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Good God.
When we don't want to hurt someone, we roll great. But when we want to hurt someone, we roll.
Yeah.
I know you guys are rolling great tonight.
What is going? Yeah, I know. I don't want to roll great.
Maybe you guys shouldn't use the Raven's Nest dice.
Yeah, I'll use my.
I'm
Maybe you should
about
use
to be
regular
like that
dice.
because that is what I'm
Try
using.
These ones.
And then because it's the dagger of venom that I just attacked him with. Oh god, I am sorry. But,
I'll use my metal heavy ones. Yeah, I like that.
For 23 points of damage with 13 of that being poison.
Okay. So you, as you drop your form, you step forward and you pull the daggers out in 2 quick hits. As Van, I assume you're taking the full brunt of both. Okay. And that ends your turn?
That'll end my turn.
Alright,
And
Belvis
it is clear that Bakira is trying desperately to fight whatever has control of her.
And when she hits me, I kind of, I take it and I just kind of,
It's weightless and dry, actually. It's
and
fresh,
then
people.
look back at the Raven
And
Queen.
it's
Belvis is up with Van on deck.
How far away am I? Still about 50 feet from.
You are 50 feet.
Okay. So Belvis is gonna drop the bow. And he's gonna run at full speed toward Van in an attempt to try and grapple him. Now I know
What's your
I'm
movement speed?
40 feet. However, I believe I have a special ability, Action Surge, where I can use another turn, and I want to be able. I kind of want to like try and dive and tackle, try like a dive tackle at Van.
Okay, you're gonna make a. For that, you're gonna have to do 2 rolls. You're going to have to do an attack roll, like an unarmed strike,
Okay.
and then If that's successful, you will have to make a contested strength check.
Okay.
So go ahead and do a roll like you're doing an unarmed strike.
I'm not using my Raven's Nest dice on this one.
Huh. I'm gonna say yeah. Let's not use the good dice for this battle, because
We should just do is the dice that you normally plan in jail, put in dice jail, you should pull those out.
that's what
not
I'm
what
doing.
I want to do next. So
Yeah, well, actually, I'm not that upset about this. 15?
15 misses.
Belvis just tries to dive. He goes, ah!
So you, and your head like hits up against the Raven Queen, and you are now prone.
Yeah, Belvis is just kind of like sitting like. Let me ask. I'm gonna message you something, DM.
Alright, Van, you're up. Atheon on deck.
But that's my action. So I'm done for my thing.
Okay, I'm up.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to. I have what? Bakira like right up against me?
Kira's up against you. Belvis is prone next to you, and Safi is right on your other side. You're basically boxed in. I mean, you could step over Belvis if you wanted to, because he's laying down and useless.
Of course, if I attack him, it's at advantage.
If you attack Belvis, yes, it is at advantage because he is prone.
And because it's at advantage, that makes it an auto crit.
That is correct.
Because of the assassin.
That is correct. You could kill Belvis in one hit, yes.
And for the first time, you hear me laugh as I look at you all. Look at Belvis. Look back at the Raven Queen. And I'm going to disengage, step over Belvis and around the opposite side.
Okay.
I'm going to...
because he did a bonus action disengage, none of you get attacks of advantage on him.
I'm going to... with both daggers, look at them again, and look back at her, at the Raven Queen, and say, I will not lose this family as well. And I'll strike the statue.
Make an attack with advantage.
$31.
Roll it as if it were... Roll damage as if it were crit, sneak attack, all of that.
With the dagger damage? Or...
Yes. Basically like you would roll to hit Belvis laying down. Ben, hold up your ooze. The creator of the ooze is in our chat.
Love it, by the way. I love the
Okay, you can put it down. You don't have to look so dorky.
I know,
And
right?
some
And
people
this-
get it bad. And for those who
Um,
get it bad, it may be
This
because
trial-
they have high risk factors.
Crit damage as well, DM?
Correct.
You're not dorky.
180.
180. Man, that would have been Belvis.
Yeah, that bitch. I'm dead. I would have been dead.
If you have to say you're not dorky, you're dorky. I'm just gonna put that out there.
So, Van, after you scream that, you pull out, you take both daggers and you hit as hard as you can. You feel something come over you as you hit, and you hear, and you watch a crack run up the entire statue of the Raven Queen as it crumbles. You see the queen, the statue of your queen, of your goddess, crumble as it hits the ground. An orb inside, similar to the orb of Zophos, cracks along with it, falling to the ground. The rest of you kind of shake your heads and snap out of whatever magic had taken control of you. You remember everything that you guys did. You remember attacking Van. And Van, you come to the realization that you chose Misery's End over the Raven Queen. The Raven Queen that has been with you through everything. The one who means the most to you.
And I just dropped to my knees and dropped the daggers.
You are all...
Akira also drops her daggers, realizing that she attacked Van and couldn't fight what had taken hold of her, and drops to her knees.
Sobek dropped
And
the
actually,
anti-magic field.
you see her crying from that.
Safi drops her swords.
Belvis kind of picks himself up, but he just kind of like, he's just very shocked and bewildered, like, why did I do that?
Atheon, being close to the door, walks out, realizing they attacked yet another person that they considered family.
Korth kind of shakes his head a little bit, glances at the statue, and then hearing the door close, heading outside, like almost angrily glares at the statue before brushing past everybody to head outside. Then
Okay.
to catch up with Atheon.
Starbucks Mountain curses and draconic.
Bakira understands that completely, and
Yeah, I think Safi starts cursing very loudly in her language too, Infernal.
Elvis just says also he's just kind of like he's in shock. He just kind of on autopilot just walks back over, picks up his bow and drops and just kind of slings it. He doesn't even know.
Bakira, still crying, approaches Van. And looking at him, she says I'm sorry to him. The first time that she's ever said sorry to anyone. She says I'm sorry to Van.
Sorry for what? You did what you felt you needed to do.
Doesn't make it right.
It's just
No.
And you're my family. You've become my family. You're part of my pack. And I know they call me captain, but a captain doesn't hurt her crew, her pack. I attacked you.
It wasn't you, Bakira.
I gave up a lot of things. A brother, a family, and then found a new family. And was asked to give that up again. And that I will not do. And I'm not looking at Bakira. I still have my head down. And I just kind of put my hand out and place it on her arm. And kind of give it a squeeze like, I understand what you're saying.
Bakira takes her free hand and places it over his and nods. After a moment, she wipes the tears from her eyes and says to him, "Let's get the fuck out of here."
Atheon, after punching the wall and noticing the bodies of Van's family gone, walks back into the temple and walks up to Van and whispers in his ear, "The bodies have disappeared."
The bodies what?
The bodies
Have disappeared.
Okay.
Korth is at this time.
After they deliver that message, they just walk out and doesn't turn back and acknowledge any of the party.
Once Atheon steps back outside, Korth, like in kind of a not like a mad, but a very firm grasp, grabs Atheon as they're walking back out. No, Atheon. No.
I hurt another family member.
So did I. Okay? You're not Lily anymore. Okay? Not Argos anymore. Not cuddling you anymore. Ever since the Feywilds, when you threw aside any sort of nice words, I decided at that moment that you needed to be handled with whatever's going on with you very differently. So I'm tired of cuddling you. Okay? If you want to beat yourself up and curl up in a little corner and start crying little tears because you hurt somebody else, like, I understand if that hurts, that's fine. But I'm not going to be there to coddle because I did the exact same thing. Okay? But I stepped outside and there's another problem. As you probably clearly saw.
I did.
Okay. So we have a mission. We have to figure this out. Okay? We can deal with what we did with later. But at this moment in time, Atheon, if you want to talk, be mad about what you did, fine. But I'm not going to be there to coddle you anymore. Okay, Argos and Lily, I was there to protect you and to coddle you when you were scared or afraid, but not anymore. I'm done. Atheon, I'm done. And with that, Korth lets go and says, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go find whatever happened to Van's family. You decide to do whatever you want. But I'm done. I'm done. And walks off.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah, holy shit.
DM, did we all hear that?
No, they're outside.
Oh.
You guys haven't gone outside yet. Jesus fuck.
Why did I just get a chill down my spine?
And yet, for some reason, I feel like I've just suffered 15 points of psychic damage.
Yeah, I
don't know
got a
why.
chill down my spine. What just happened?
Alright,
to be fair, like, I'm sorry if, like, what I said upset anybody. I meant this totally not out of character. Like,
it's great. It's just a big change from our guys.
Yeah.
So, does everybody else go outside?
Atheon
Especially
is
now hearing the news of the bodies.
I am.
Atheon is just like kind of like standing stunned. Like, what the fuck just happened? They were just going outside to get air and to calm down, and all of a sudden, got yelled at.
Korth has been building up anger and frustration ever since the Feywilds. Ever since, yeah. So, let's just say Korth has changed.
Oh, you have no idea.
Vastly.
Atheon runs to catch up with Korth and pulls him aside and says, I think we need to talk.
And this, I need everybody to clear the table. Except for Korth and Atheon.
Alright.
I will let you guys know when to come back.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm waiting for a certain someone to go hide.
Hold on. Before I do anything.
You want to talk. You want answers now. Like at this moment, you want answers now.
Atheon looks at Korth and says, I'm sorry. You caught me at a bad time in the Feywilds. I am so sorry that what I said hurt you.
You did more than hurt me, Atheon. But I did keep my promise. If you want to talk, we can talk, and I have answers.
Atheon just looks down at the ground and for the first time breaks down, crying, and just falls to the ground onto their knees and just says, "I'm sorry." And that's all they can keep repeating is just, "I'm sorry."
Korth takes a second and and you hear, he doesn't shift, but you hear the very gruff, very familiar voice of Argos. I'm sorry what I said, Atheon. I'm really sorry. But I was angry. Because when I thought I'd come back, I thought, it would be the same. But clearly you have changed and I have changed.
Atheon looks at Korth and is like, "I don't want to lose my best friend."
I do have a question for you, though. And I've been puzzling about this ever since you told me when I saved Sobek from the void. Your dream. You said you dreamed about me. How? And why?
I had a dream of my mother, and when I reached a book to see what she wanted me to do, there was a crack in the ground, and I fell. And
Your mother.
yes, Tiamat.
You see Korth pant for a second and then turns to make sure that nobody else is in the vicinity and pulls her into her further alleyway. Your mother is Tiamat.
Yes. And a crimson, chromatic, right? Is it
Chromatic, yeah.
A chromatic dragon dove down and saved me.
And you think that this chromatic dragon was me? Did I look like, did my chromatic form look the exact same as you?
Yes.
Korth, kind of picks up Atheon and just looks them straight in the eyes, without blinking. So I guess my mother's been hiding a lot of stuff from me as well, sibling.
What the fuck? Atheon just looks at Korth and's like, "Do you..." Just kind of speechless and just like, "Who's your father?"
Was that? Hold on. Was that a what the fucking Atheon, or was that a what the fucking Pam?
Both. Both.
Oh, Atheon. My father, I know who my mother is, but my father hasn't revealed himself yet. I'm still on a quest. That's why I partially went to help Daft to help out with her problems, but it was also a quest to find my father. I have no idea who he is.
Atheon kind of shaking from the revelation. It's just like, I found who my father is, but I don't know if he's the same person as yours.
Well, at the very least, it makes us half siblings. We share the same mother.
Yeah.
At the very least.
But my dad is kind of scary.
My dad hasn't revealed who he is to me. He hasn't spoken to me. But I know who he is.
Mine hasn't either, but I did see him in a dream. I'm
Mother
slow-
has talked to me.
Mother has talked to me too. I'm
I-
slowly getting my memories back.
I speak to Mother. I've been giving her updates. I speak to her on the regular.
Let me guess. She's pissed off at me because she hasn't talked to me?
No. No. Here's the thing, Atheon. And it takes a look. Is there anybody, can I, like, if I peek out, can I see anybody coming down? DM?
You can see them all coming out of the temple, but nobody's coming in your direction.
Okay. Looks directly at Atheon. Okay, Atheon. I'm going to tell you something. But after I tell you this, I either need you to do of one of two things. Either you need to be with me or against me on this one.
What is it?
There's a reason why I've been away. There's a reason why I went on these adventures. The reason why Mother talks to me so much. Mother has put a plan into action to ensure her return.
I know of that plan. Or at least part of it.
I have the key.
You do realize what the plan is, right?
Mm-hmm. So, I'm asking you. Are you with me? Or are you against me?
I am with you.
Okay. Right.
Do you want to know who my father is? Just in case, to be prepared, if my father is your father.
Yeah. I'll tell you my father's name if you tell me yours.
Mine is Hadar.
We don't share the same dad. My father is Vecna.
Atheon just kind of looks at Korth and's like, so we're both not entirely, well, I'm not human, but you know what I mean, not entirely normal.
No. Now here's the thing. My ultimate plan is to bring Mother back. I had suspicions and was wondering and pondering when you had told me about this dream, but I couldn't quite put the pieces of the puzzle together.
Mine is the same.
But I know what the plan is. Okay. With that being said, then kind of peeks back out in the alleyway and then kind of looks to her. I need to ensure that Mother comes back.
I will do that at a cost.
Okay.
I will be prepared.
Okay. With that, Korth kind of peeks back out. Okay, the others are exiting. I have told nobody of my heritage except for you.
They only know that my mother is Tiamat. They do not know
Okay.
who my father is.
Okay. I haven't told them of my heritage. You're the only one that knows.
I'll keep it quiet.
Okay.
But, quick question, who's older?
You.
To say, by my guesstimate, you're older than me. And yeah. But that being said, let's help Van find his parents, or let's help Van find his family, find out what's truly behind this.
Atheon nods their head and is like, let's go.
All right.
And then as they let Korth walk forward and then smacks him upside the head and is like, if you ever talk to your big sister like that again, I'm going to kick your ass.
Korth
You knew that was coming.
Korth spins around after getting smacked back upside the head. Turns around and just like looks directly at Bakira and like licks his finger and like Whitley and just takes off running towards the group.
Alright.
How are you reaching up to Athia? That's what I want to know.
He gets up to our guys. Whitley! And then runs off.
Alright. So, we're gonna bring everybody back.
Yeah, I'll get Ben.
Alright.
We weren't totally talking about Kira and Van Ship, but not at all.
Alright.
Okay, I'm back.
So, everyone's walking out of the temple, correct?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
So everybody but Van is walking out of the temple.
Correct.
Sobek might have left Van if he notices him, so do I need to check to see if I notice Van even?
You're not. I would say, I mean, it's up to you, but you can probably tell that Van wants this time alone.
Okay, then he would be respectful and leave.
Bakira gives his hand one more pat and stands up and waits right outside the door.
Elvis walks out and says to everybody, is like, wait. Well, you think the city's completely abandoned?
No idea.
Oh, I think we're actually in the city.
Elvis just kind of looks around and says, maybe we should set it on fire.
Van, what are you doing?
What kind of cookies you gonna make?
I am going to pick up a piece of the statue.
Because you have no idea, honey.
I assure you.
I don't make anything. So
And just kind of look at it.
You want to feel superior. You
And
need working to talk to your own psychiatrist and complain about
say just loud enough. I mean, not trying to hide it or whatever, but
But you screwed him after work.
I'll say, my lady, I've been your servant for as long as I can remember. You've brought me from nothing to something. You brought me Syl. You brought me the Ravens. And then you brought me this group. And I refuse to believe that it was all just to be taken away. And as much as it pains me to say, I don't think I would change this decision. But you're still my queen.
You see where, while you're holding the statue in your hand, you're actually holding a piece of the face of the Raven Queen. As much as you've followed the Raven Queen and been devoted to her, you've never been able to see upon her face. Not many people have. It's normally shrouded in darkness and mystery. So this is something special to you, to be looking into the eye of your creator, the Raven Queen, the creator of the original elves. and you look where the statue once stood, and the room begins to get dark. As the room fills with darkness, where the statue once stood as an even darker image, about 12, 13, 14 feet tall. A figure hooded in blackness. The robes made of feathers. This figure begins to walk forward as you notice the robes of the Raven Queen. The Raven Queen revealing themselves to you for the first time in your life. As they begin to walk forward, they begin to shrink down into your height.
I lower my head.
Their hands come out and they are gloved with slight claws on the gloves, all black. As they reach up and throw the hood back. And you, as much as you want to keep your head down, your curiosity, you look up and you finally see the face of the Raven Queen. Or should I say, the Raven King, as you see the face of Syl. And that's where we're going to end tonight. So, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. It's been a roller coaster of emotions tonight. This has been one of our darker episodes, but well worth it, in my opinion. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
And you all are welcome, by the way. You're all welcome.
I think everybody should say thank you, man.
Yeah.
Considering I could have easily died tonight.
We all could have easily died tonight if Van.
I had dived toward Van and failed, and I was just like, oh crap.
I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank everybody for being a part of this journey with us. Thank everybody for being part of the Damned. And being a Raven. So, please join us next week as we roll the damn dice. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.